All right, we're going to do a Canada eBay unboxing. And I'm from New York. All right, so I told the seller this special code to stop me from having to pay tariffs. That's right, tariffs, boys and girls. Because nobody likes to pay taxes. And now that the U.S. has to pay tariffs on Canadian goods, well, Chinese goods too, and many other things, I did not want to have to pay tariffs. So I was ranting and raving, so this is a voiceover. Why should we have to pay taxes on used goods? Like, if you were selling your grandma's underpants, why, you already paid taxes on your grandmother's underpants. We shouldn't have to pay taxes on used goods. And that's why they threw the tea in the harbor. So the seller did what I asked. And see, right there, a description of contents. Antique glass. This is the special code, boys and girls. Tell your seller to put 9706.00.00 because that means antique and not taxable. Get to this unboxing in fast motion. All right, so we got a little note in here. She put this in there, I guess, for the customs agents. Now, what we here have is actually almost antique perfume bottles. I mean, we're off by maybe a year or three. So we have these beautiful marigold DEVILBISS. Look at the iridescence of the glass. I don't know if you can see this. This is like a carnival glass. Iridescent. It's probably by Cambridge. Cambridge was an American glassmaker that made glass. Not only Cambridge, but many other glass makers made glass for the DEVILBISS perfume or atomizer company. They actually started out making atomizers for medicinal purposes, for doctors to spray throat medicine in the back of people's throats. And the son, the enterprising son, when the father died, said, well, we can use these atomizers for other things to make money. And then there we go. We got perfume atomizer bottles. All right, so these are dirty. One is a dauber. So you would have had like a little top that would have went on here with a glass straw, and it wouldn't screw in. And you just take it out and just put it on your pressure points. But that's long gone. There's no threads in this bottle, so it's sort of useless to me. I might just 86 it, but I won't. And then this one is missing a top. So we got problems, but I might have solutions. And I have all sorts of doodads and many different things like Teflon tape and stuff like that. So let's see if we can get this bottle fixed. Okay, so I had a broken DEVILBISS bottle that was about the same height as this, but unfortunately, it was for a threaded bottle, a bottle that has threads inside. I don't know if you can see the little threads in there. And this has threads, and this would have screwed in. And it broke. My bottle, I dropped it like a schmuck. It was in mint condition, so I saved it. Now the bulb was broken off, and I replaced it. I got another bulb from one of these bottles you get on Amazon for $10 that come with the hose and the bulbs and the little mechanisms. And I screwed it in, and it actually perfectly fit into the DEVILBISS original atomizer top. So we're going to try to make 2 perfume bottles today. 2. So first I'm going to clean the glass, and I'll be right back. And we're going to try Teflon tape. And this I got from one of those Amazon throwaway bottles. Comes like this with a little hose. I don't know if you can see this. And it's like $10 or less. And then sometimes these little tops will screw into antique ones. And then you could use the pump and the hose. Whoa, we almost lost that. Oh my God, my heart just went into my throat. Now, I forgot to mention, we got an issue because this is silver. I can't seem to find these in gold, which sort of sucks. And so we got an issue because the top of the bottle is like a golden brass color. What do we do? What do we do? And the hose it has brass accents or gold accents. Well, there might be a fix for it. So we'll go ahead and talk about that in a little bit. All right, so I have to speed this up. It was a total disaster. I tried to take, and it usually works, Teflon tape and wrap it around the treads or the threads and make it like a cork so it fits into the dipper or dauber bottle to make it like where we have a top on it. But it ended up not working. And I was about to give up all hope. And I was just like, forget it. Only one of the bottles can be fixed. Well, damn it. What could you do? Life sort of sucks. Yeah, you see, look, it wouldn't fit. What are you going to do? But then a really great thing happened. This totally doesn't fit. This totally doesn't fit. All right, I'm screwing around. Get it? Fits in the threaded bottle. And it does. It wouldn't without the Teflon tape. But you learn, you live, you learn. All right, we're gonna, I don't know, this is just a burner bottle. Too bad. What a damn shame. I may be able to take the collar off of another bottle. Hold on. All right, idea number 2, thinking out of the box. That's what you have to do. You want something really bad enough. I have a broken DeVille. Yeah, I saved it. I saved it to remind myself. I dropped it. I actually dropped it onto the ceramic floor. Okay, the collar is threaded. It's the same size as the collar on the right. So, now this was held on with plaster of Paris originally. So if I can take this off and soak these, and then switch out the tops, boom, we're in the money. You'll never believe this one. I got it off. All I did was I ran hot water. This is plaster of Paris. That's how they used to hold these things on. I ran hot water, and then I got a rubber band. It was one of these big, thick rubber bands, and I used it as like a jar opener, and it popped off. Now, can we do the same for the other one? We'll find out. Success number 2. You should have seen the gunk that was on this. Now, I'm going to get the gunk out of here, and then we're going to try. We're going to try everything, boys and girls. It's going to work. It's definitely going to work. All right. Now, I don't like to make anything permanent. I do have plaster of Paris, but I don't feel like getting it out and doing it. I mean, we were going to throw this out anyway, so we're going to make this permanent. So when you're restoring vintage or antique perfume bottles and the parts are obsolete, you don't have many options. All right, so I glued this on, and now we're going to see if we can get atomizer attached to it. Now, this is an original DEVILBISS top from the blue bottle that broke over there. And it actually fit perfectly into this one. Now we have the other one, the burner bottle from Amazon, which I placed Teflon tape, half-inch Teflon tape going around it, going around the screw threads in a clockwise fashion. We'll see if this will fit into here now. Hopefully it will. And I'm just going to push it in there and turn it. Try to get a nice tight seal. Oh, yeah. It's in there good. And yeah, all right, so look, we did this, but now we got a problem. We got a problem. There's always a problem. There's never any dull moment with these restorations. All right, we have a problem because the top hardware is like a silver color. We need it more of a washed out brass gold color. So let's go get some rub and buff. Now, I should do this separately without it being screwed into the bottle, but I'm very lazy right now, and I don't feel like waiting for the paint to actually dry. So let's go ahead and get a Q-tip and some rub and buff. Now, it's either hit or miss with rub and buff. Rub and buff is basically a wax paint. You can get it in different colors. I find that in antique gold to be closest to like the brass or the older thing. And you can take a paintbrush or a rag or a Q-tip and rub it onto an object. Generally, it really clings to wood really good. But glass and metal might be a different story. So you're supposed to rub it on, like, paint it on, and then like buff it off to a shine. And it looks metallic. But you got to let it dry first and then rub it off. And then you'll get the full effect. I don't know if you can see it on the collar. It's metal. I don't have spray paint or anything like that. And this could ruin it. But guess what? It's a $10 burner bottle on Amazon. Who cares? I can get plenty more of that where that comes from. Just going to dab the excess off on a piece of paper. And I'm just going to go very gently and see what kind of effect we're getting. Oh, look. It's turning nice and brass. All right, so I'm just going to go around the bottle and do that. And then I'll be back. Look, it's starting to turn goldish brass. Oh, we got an angry crow, boys and girls. Look at this. All right, so we got 1 and we got 2. All right, so now we actually have a beautiful perfume bottle. And yeah, now we can enjoy it. I mean, I can add a straw to it and then it'll work, but I don't feel like it. I like just displaying these. They're beautiful to display. So once again, thank you for joining me on another semi-restoration. Is it professional? No. But now we have a display bunch of bottles. Actually, they will work. This one has the dipper, and I tried it. It does work. This one, I added the straw to, and then I took it out. And but it did work when I added the straw to it. I cut a little hole right in the middle of the Teflon, right down the center. I poked it with a pin, and then I was able to insert the straw, and then it was able to draw up the water. I put water in there, but I took it out. Thanks for watching. See you guys all on the next one. Now, I'm so glad I didn't have to pay tariffs on this. When were these made? The DEVILBISS Perfume Company made these sometime in 1925 to 1927. Really quite cool, quite beautiful. We got marigolds, iridescent glass, probably from the Cambridge Glass Company. They used many different American and Czechoslovakian glass companies to make their glass. Very well-known glass companies, that is, of the Great Depression, Carnival glass era, when very inexpensive glass was being sold. But I love this marigold. The marigold is just lovely with that iridescence. And I'll see you guys all on the next restoration.